right, YouTube family, we're back with the 2008 BMW 535i. We're going to the transmission. My transmission guy, Craneman, he lives up in Palm Springs. We're going to bring it up to him. We think it's a solenoid, Mactronic, ECM, electronic control module on the transmission. While we're there, we're going to replace the filter as well. So the oil pan, ECM, and the solenoids that are attached to this car. I think it's a 26 transmission. Correct me, guys, down below in the link. In your comments, just correct me if I'm wrong. First time car, so bear with me. Hopefully by the end of the week, we'll get this car back on the road, registered, smogged, and out for sale. This car is actually not that bad. After I detailed it, cleaned it up, we put a new battery, used tire in the back, new and fresh engine oil change, and obviously filter. Now we're doing the transmission. Also, we restored the headlights as well. So once this car is prepped and ready to go, we'll detail it one more time. We'll get it on the market and we'll get it out of here. All right, get back to you. See you soon. All right, YouTube, continuation from the previous video where I was going to AutoZone. Identified the culprit here, 16413 oxygen sensor bank 1. See, bank 1, sensor 2. As you can see, it's right here. Here's your clip right next to the oil pan, which is we just got installed. It's a brand new oil pan here for the transmission. Now the sensor here, it runs up here, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's back there on the manifold, downstream manifold for cylinders 1, 2, and 3. So we'll be taking this apart here, pulling this out. The part itself, the sensor itself, is not coming in till tomorrow, unfortunately, but we'll be able to at least disassemble it, take it apart, and go from there. Now you see some I guess some overspray by me. That was the Blaster PV spray to loosen that up once I'm ready to disassemble that sensor. But overall, looking down here, see there's some seepage here, some leak right here from the main seal from the transmission to the engine. There's a possible leak. The gasket is just a little bit older. And then you look over here between the top block and the bottom block, or the engine oil pan and the bottom block. There's some saturation there as well. We're going to clean that up. We're going to see if that's real saturation, or is this years of debris and this being under the car for 13 years. Besides that, the car itself is looking real clean. Transmission, engine, so on and so forth is all looking real good. But I'll keep you posted and we'll go from here. Thank you, everyone. Talk to you soon. This is DJ on Cars Garage. Nice to see you again. It's the BMW that keeps on giving. My last video, you saw I had it sold. I indicated it's a done deal. I broke down the cost and everything. The future buyer did come up to inspect the car. He was very happy with the outcome. Unfortunately, had some mechanical issues. So before I could go give it to the owner with a clear conscience, I have to do some modifications, some changes to it. Got about 6 check engine light codes. Everything from lean in system bank 1, lean in system bank 2. There's 2 codes, misfire in cylinder 3. There's 3 codes. System voltage, there's 4 codes. A mass induction airflow, I think it's the IMAF, needs to be cleaned. There's 5 codes, and then the 6th code was O2 sensor bank 1, sensor 2, which is on the manifold, the lower manifold behind the headers. So going out to AutoZone again to spend more money to get the oxygen sensor from the Bosch part 16413. And then we're going to pick up some blaster just to loosen up that sensor that's been probably stuck on there since 08. Loosen that up so I don't rip, tear anything there. Also going to get some IMAF cleaner, some CNC cleaner. It's one of those things you got to do in this business. Things never go as planned or as easy as planned. So that's what we're doing now. Shooting back over to AutoZone. Gonna check out some of those parts. I think I get a free 20 bucks. This is my 5th purchase, so I get a free 20 bucks. So hopefully the IMAF sensor won't be, the oxygen sensor won't be too expensive. Again, this is just one of those things that the bill keeps creeping. You do your analytics, you break it down. You think you know what you're gonna spend on the car, but then a check engine light comes on because you drove the car a night prior just to make sure it was ready to go for your customer the next day, and check engine light came on. So we're off to it again. Another beautiful morning. That's life. It's part of the auto industry, and you know what? It makes it interesting. It makes it more fun. You learn more. You do some YouTube video research. You go to Bimmerfist for the forums, and you try to learn as much as you can. But this is why people don't mess with BMWs, Audis, Mercedes, is because push comes to shove, it's going to be a headache. But at the end result, if you have the patience, the DIY wherewithal, you're gonna enjoy those cars when they're running properly. So okay, so off to AutoZone here in Winchester, and then we're gonna go to Harbor Freight. I gotta pick up some extra gloves. I've been using gloves on the regular, and thank God they're back in stock. But you gotta pick up some gloves and maybe a ramp of some sort, a lift, a ramp, or something like that, just to make it a little more accessible to get under the car. Usually my method is to lift the car, put it on jack stands, but on the driveway where it's at an angle, the front of the car, and then I'll get better clearance to get under. I'm not a small guy, but I'm not a large guy in the same breath. I'm 6'3", 220 pounds. I'm not the biggest guy, but not the smallest guy either. So as much space as humanly possible in a safe working condition is the ideal situation for myself. One day I'll advance and I'll go, pony up and get a lift. But until then, now it's just jack stands, laying on the floor. It's all right. Till the next video, until follow-up to this video, I'll be contacting you guys soon. Have a good one. Hey YouTube, just checking back in with you. We're finalizing the 08 BMW 535i, redoing the Spark Plus. Just wanted to share with you what was actually in there. Can you guys see that compared to what is going in? That's what's probably causing the misfire, this corrosion, nastiness. This hasn't been changed. The recommended change interval for the spark plugs on the BMW is usually every 60,000 miles. This car has 115,000 miles, and from the looks of it, it hasn't been changed. So we'll get back to it. Talk to you guys soon.